Hey, it's Hannah with Grant Frog, a grants management system made for grant writers. And I wanted to go over a few of the updates we've made over the past couple of months so that you know all the different ways that you can use Grant Frog. The first one that I wanted to talk about are the focus areas. We've added a few more focus areas in the funders section. So when you add a funder or need to change the focus area, you now have several more options in here to choose from. You can still also choose other if there's something that's not listed there. The next update is you can now create tasks when you're creating a new grant proposal from the quick add button. So on your dashboard here, if you go to new proposal, you can go ahead and enter in all the information for your proposal just like you typically would. But now you can go down here to this task section and you can automatically add new tasks. So if you click new, you can put in the information like make a phone call. We can save that. And then you can add multiple as well. But then once you actually save this grant proposal, now you have those tasks automatically related to your grant proposal already. So it just makes it easier to quickly add those tasks that you need on your grant proposal. Okay, the next one is the ability to star specific funders for watching or review. So what this means is this will make it easier for you to maybe highlight some funders that you want to continually communicate with, or you're really looking at to see if they're a fit, or maybe you're just trying to build that relationship. So if you go to funders here, you'll see this field here, this button that says starred. So you can choose to click it. It clicks automatically from here. And then what you can do is you can quickly see in the reports here, if you go to the funders, you can choose to filter on starred and you want to look for the ones that say yes. And so you have this custom list of funders that you can watch. You can also export it at any time as well. So you can keep track of certain funders over time. Okay, the next feature are some expanded reporting on the grant proposals. So for example, when you go to the reports and you're reporting on your grant proposals, you can look down here at the total of the amount requested and amount received. Now, once you filter by date or maybe by client or something like that, so that number will change. So you may just want to quickly view what that amount is without having to export an entire report. So now you'll be able to see those totals right here. You can do the same thing on a client record as well. So if you go to your client record and you go to the grant proposals, you can see here that this is totaled here, the amount requested for that, and then also the amount received. Those are also up here as well, the total received. So there's various ways to find those totals without having to pull an entire report. Okay, the next thing is that you can also now see the funder guidelines on a grant proposal. So if you have saved your grant guidelines for a foundation or a funder on that funder record. So for example, this is the Grant Foundation and I have the general grant guidelines here for that. Now for any grant proposal that I have, I can actually see the guidelines on that grant proposal so that you can reference that a little quicker. Say you have created your grant proposals for the quarter or for the year, that will automatically pull into that record. So once you choose a funder and you have those grant guidelines on there, they will show up on that grant proposal record. Okay, now the new email reminder notifications option. So before you would get email reminders 30 days before a grant proposal or a grant report is due. So now you have more options for that. You can choose to have the notifications set for 30 days, 14, 7, or 3. You can also turn them off completely. So if you don't want any reminders, you can disable those, or you can get multiple reminders for any of those days. And you'll go to my profile and then you'll see the notifications options. This is per user. So if your name is the user on a grant proposal or grant report, that is who that email will be sent to. We've also added another feature. So if you work with multiple people on your team who are also in Grant Frog, you can now add them as an additional user to receive those email notifications as well. So if you go to a grant proposal right here, this is the main user on the grant proposal. But now you can also add an additional user to receive those email notifications at the same time. So now John and Tanya will both receive the email notifications for this grant proposal specifically so that they both know what the status is on everything. Okay, now you can also add in your program. So the programs are typically um, things that your grant funds are going to fund. So that's what the programs are meant to be. So let's go to this music education in schools. You can now add a program overview for that program so that you know what it's referring to. You may have some that are year over year, or maybe a specialty one, and you just want to have a reference of what that program is specifically. Again, in the programs here, you can see the total grant proposals and the amount requested as well. Okay, one of the next, the last one here is one of the bigger ones that we've had requested, and that are some charts, some visualizations to actually see information. So if you go here to the charts, you click reports, and then you have your general reports here for pulling information out. And then the charts section is going to be able to show these as a more visual way. So this is a great way maybe to share with your board or your leadership. So you have these nicer visuals to add along with your grant data reports. So here you can see we have total grant proposals, the amount requested, the amount received, the amount requested by user. So if you have multiple users on your team, that can be separated out, and then the status of the grant proposals as well. You can filter these charts by the date requested, the date responded, the actual status of the proposal, the program, the user, or the client. So there's several ways that you can see the changes in this. So if we choose maybe a specific client, that will filter down all that information for that. So the way that you get these charts is you'll need to do a screenshot, and you may need to paste it into your own personal report that you share with your board or leadership. But this is a great way to have a nice visualization on your reports. And that's the latest that we have updated in Grant Frog. Please reach out to us if you have any questions or any other feature requests. We would love to hear them. Always want to make it a better tool for you to manage your grants. Thanks a lot.